So today we're gonna make a video on the 90p, doing a little update on it, monthly update. I didn't realize how long it's actually been. It's actually almost been 2 months since we did the monthly update, so I totally missed, the month before, which is totally fine. I don't think any of you guys realized anyways. But so it's actually been a long time since I've actually really updated you guys on the tank. So today I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and give you guys some better shots here in a second. But I'll just quickly run you down, plant growth, some of the things that were happening last time that maybe are solved this time. I know last time I was kind of rewatching the video just to kind of remind myself. I know we had a little bit of algae issue that we're kind of solving, which we're still kind of solving now, but it's definitely like 10 times better than it was. Um, and yeah, a lot of things changing and a lot of things are looking a lot better. So I think I'm gonna update you guys now, and I'll show you guys. So the tank itself isn't doing too bad right now. Everything's definitely doing it 100 times better, but as you can see, the tank's still kind of like a mess. Really, it's still not to where I want it to be, but it's already looking way times better. And so I'll show you guys kind of things that are different and what's grown in. Cause I know last time it did look pretty good last time, but there's a lot of things changed. I think if you look at the Rotella Atra, you can see that the tops are actually turning pretty red now, which is probably not gonna pop up as good as on camera, but you can see it's pretty red now. So hopefully it continues that, and that'd be pretty cool. Um, I've actually really liked it being green, but I wouldn't mind if because technically that whole stem's supposed to be red. And, it's Rotella Atra is a really blood red plant, and I wouldn't mind it if it just stayed the tips red only, because the only reason I say is because I know when I trim it, the tip, it's just every time I'm gonna trim it lower, it's just gonna keep going red and red, especially if it stays like this. But at the same time, I only trim about to here, so hopefully I can trim it to where only the stems really stay red, to where we still get kind of that green, but then we have just a little bit of red at the top. I always like that look, and especially for this tank, I just think at this point, I thought red would look really good in this tank, but with already having a little bit of red over here, and then if these two are all red, I just don't think that would really look that great, to be honest. So I think it's just the tips look red, just like it is right now. I think that's I'm totally fine with that. I think it looks pretty good. Changed it up a little bit. So as you see right here, the Pro Weed's looking pretty good. I printed a couple times. Hopefully, I'm trying to get it bushier and bushier. So now I'm trying to get it towards you can see like how there's single shoots shooting out. I'm trying to keep trimming those so it just gets bushier and bushier to the point where it's like really bushy at the same height as the Atra. So it's almost there. It's about right there. You can see. So hopefully that becomes the same height as that. And then over here you can see the Atra still kind of growing in here. I really need to go back, and I've been gone so I can't really do much of this stuff, but I really need to trim back a lot of this bonsai again, really take out most of it in general, because really there's just no room, because I want it to be the same size as this over here. So I'm gonna have to trim like almost all this bonsai. What I might do is pretty much take out all this like right here, and then just leave like the little bunch in this corner, because more than likely that's what I'm gonna do. There's just not much room at all, and the bonsai's just taking over. So you can see it's growing up right there, but it just has no space to really bush out. So I'll have to probably take out most of that next time, and hopefully I can grow a pretty good bush right there. Just so you know, we have two green bushes right there. I just think that would just shape both of these back stems real nicely. And then yeah, that's pretty much like plant wise, like that's really how I want the look to be. And then obviously I need to get going on this S repens again and try to get that growing back. And then over here too, it's both of these have melted away. I don't know what the deal with my S repens lately has been. This is the second time that S repens have melted. It's only been the S repens, so I don't know what's happening with those, but hopefully I can get those really established, because that's really gonna really bring out the look once we get a big nice bush going over here. And then we had a nice bush going over here which looked really nice, but then it finally melted away like the rest of it. So we'll just see what happens. And then I got my two Nubius api. That should be a Nubius api. I'm not sure. The leaves are pretty big, so it might be something different. I always forget the species of those, if it's a peat or not. But we got two of those right there. They're growing pretty nicely. Again, still recovering from kind of the little bit of algae that we had, but both of them are growing really well. So yeah, hopefully I can get maybe if everything starts going good again, I can get some boosts again and plant them between the rocks again, so it gives a little bit of detail. again throughout the rocks. I think that really looked nice when we did have it like that. And then the Monte Carlo carpet, you can see it's looking actually really nice. Obviously, with some of the algae that was growing on it, it's slowly dying away, but you can see all the new growth that's just basically taking it over now. And you actually see some spreading way over here. So that'd be really cool. I'm hoping that it really goes crazy up here and really starts growing in. Because I'd like it to get real tall up here and really get to like the height of that to where it's like almost like combining these two rocks together and floats out. I think that look real nice. You can see the little patch that I think I talked about before that's growing on this rock. That's pretty cool. I don't know how it got on there. A trimming must have got stuck in between the rock, and now it has this big patch growing on the rock, and it's slowly kind of spiraling its way down. I'm gonna, and like I was saying before, I'm just gonna keep it like that. I think it looks real cool. Let nature do its thing. It'll really be cool if the Monte Carlo starts growing, weeping down the rock. I think they'll look really neat. And it's also kind of doing over here too. You see it's growing up in the rock, and I think that's really neat. So I think that'll really give it a cool look if it keeps doing that. So yeah, like I was saying, and same thing with the Pro. You can see stimmings must like the cutoffs that I made. They must have got stuck, and now they're growing right here. It's kind of annoying me because I pulled them out a bunch of times, and they just keep growing back. And the same right here. There's one growing in between the Anubias, which is kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do? I mean, but so yeah, like I was saying, I really need to really need to trim again. Trim this bonsai by a lot, and then hey, this H4A AR Mini actually, sorry, it hasn't been really growing much. It is recovering now because I did a big trimming on those, but they are growing again. But they're kind of just like almost like disappearing now because how big all the rest of this is again. So it's almost like disappearing. But yeah, like I was saying, hopefully the S repens I can replant again, and it looks like some of it's recovering. Well, actually, yeah, some of it is. So hopefully, like maybe like over time, they'll all just grow back on its own. I don't have to buy any, but yeah, hopefully a big bush will just grow right there finally, because that's really the only thing that's stopping. Really, the final look of this tank is now that, because it used to be this Monte Carlo, now it's these S repens that you grow in, and you see some it's recovering here. So I'm hoping this all just recovers, because it looks really ugly now, of course. So once those grows in, and the rest of Monte Carlo just kind of takes over the algae, old dead algae, and just kind of grows over it. Hopefully everything will start looking good. The rocks have actually been staying really clean. I haven't had to scrub them in so long. So the model shrimp, and then the few plecos we have in here, and then we also have a Pandigara, autocinculus. They're all doing really well. They keep at least these rocks clean to where it's really minimal maintenance at this point. So it's real nice. Tanks, at least tanks looking real clean. And yesterday I went through and actually kind of bleach soaked all this stuff to where you can see how clean the diffuser looking brand new again. And then the lily pipes, I don't have to. I clean them enough that they don't really get that bad, but I did clean them so you can see the tubing looking nice and all sparkly. I got the diffuser, that's a diffuser, the CO2 checker, looking real nice, looking really shiny. Need to replace the solution. You see it's clear now, but and then I did the same thing with the wave maker, or power head if you want to call it, and then this twin star algae inhibitor. I basically just soaked everything towards everything's all shiny and brand new looking again. So the tank's real nice, and then you can see visually the whole tank looks real clean, real nice. It's just a little bit of problems here and there, but I think the tank's really coming together. Like we were saying in some of the other videos, and maybe the last update I maybe said it, I don't know, but the light will be changed eventually for a 8A slow RGB, which will change the look of this tank by itself. I mean, it's going to bring out the color so much in this tank, which will be awesome. Not that the Twin Star doesn't, but the Twin Star is so focused on red plants that the green plants don't always look to their true potential. So the version 3 did come out, so the version 3 is potentially supposed to look better with the greens. I am getting the version 3 for my 45p, but for this tank I'll just go ahead and get the solar RGB just because it is a bigger tank, and overall is just a better light. And except this tank's bigger, I'll just do that. But there is a version 3 Twin Star that apparently approved the greens, so I will be doing that, but on my smaller tank. So we'll see how that looks. But yeah, other than that, there's not much. Other than that, I mean, fish wise, it's been pretty the same. Like I was saying, I got a Panda Garl. That's probably the only thing that's new since last time. And I do have an albino pleco. I think that's actually new, just a little tiny one. And then Ember Tetras, we still have a bunch in here, like a group of 30 or 40, somewhere around there. I haven't really counted in a long time, but just a big group of them, looking real nice. Yeah, But if you guys have any questions about any of the things you see here or what I'm running, if you have any questions I didn't really answer here in this video or talked about, definitely ask me down below or follow me on Instagram at JJAquariums. If you have any other questions about anything you see or something else in general about aquariums, I can definitely answer that for you. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one.